It's Monday. How are you, Jim?
Fine, thank you.
Jim is back.
I'm glad to be back.
Back
and
in
it's
the
good
studio.
to know that I will say this, and I'm
Yes.
very happy to know as I was listening to the great podcast that you and Rich did. It's good to know that you say things behind my back that you say to my face.
Yeah, so that was the whole point of it.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah, that was the whole point. I think Rich was a little hesitant to say. No, I said, Rich, these are all things I say to Jim.
But no, it's good to be back. Thank you.
Yeah.
Aiken. Thank you.
Yep. Glad you are back. Yeah.
I know pretty
absolutely.
much everybody would want Rich, but hey, you got me.
That is not true. That is not true. Speaking of Rich, I love the new gear you got.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, you stopped by a shop. You picked up some things. Nice new lock and load. I like that lock and load shirt.
This is their first one.
That's their first one they ever created.
Yeah, Sharon was telling me this is their first shirt that they for lock and load, and I like it.
I love it.
The
too.
hat, I got a new hat, lock and load hat. So
look at you. You're
I'm all NASCAR'd out for
you are, man. You
for
are.
lock and load now.
Yeah, you sure are. Anyways, welcome back today, folks. More Tesla lunacy continues across the nation. Their big Tesla takedown was pretty much a fail. On the 29th, as we suspected it would be. But there's still lunatics out there. We bring them all to you, and the liberals and people who work at colleges that are encouraging this, and you name it. And it's all because of Doge and Elon Musk and what they found. We got a couple things that
Columbia alumni showed us.
Yeah, and the Columbia alumni, they showed us who's in charge. We're going to talk about that as well. Jim, what else we got going on today? We got some Jasmine Crockett, our favorite. And until she is removed, she is the face of the Democrat Party. Plain and simple. There's nothing else they can do about it. We're going to talk about that. And then we got a lunatic out there that's calling for people to shoot ICE agents. Mm-hmm. We'll tell you who he is, where he works, and where he's from. And we got his message. And then, Jim, a little video I have here on a new gender out there. I wasn't aware of. You may have, because you're very much into the whole gender scene. So that's something you may have already known. I did not, but you'll find out what that is. So that and so much more. At the end, we got our top 5. Jim, do you want to tell what our top 5 is this week? Because mine's extremely long.
Well, I have top 5 MLB players not in the Hall of Fame, and we went a different way. And Dale and I decided no controversy. Right.
Welcome back, Buckeye. By the way.
Yep.
No controversy.
No gambling. And
no
Pete Rose, no shoeless Joe Jackson, and no steroid use.
Which leaves
and I know some of you may already, if you did it, some of you may have them on there,
which is fine.
That's perfectly fine.
I don't think they're not deserving of being in there.
Right. So, in Buckeyes and Dales, I could have had all Indians on mine.
I mean, there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them that are not.
When it's not that, there's a lot that aren't. I can name 3 off right off the bat. 4. I can name 4 right off the bat. So that's going to be at the end of the show, folks. Stay tuned for that and so much more, Jim, on a Monday. A beautiful way to start your week edition of what?
Live from the Patriot Prayer Network studios. It's 2 guys, 1 coup.
That's the pause. That's the pause we love.
Lost in the crowd, truth hides deep, bury in the noise. Left hand deals lies, can't stifle the choice.
Did you notice the new intro? Not the music, but a couple new things in there. A new logo for the network. Did you notice that? No, you didn't. You weren't even watching.
I noticed. I saw it from when Eddie sent it. Yes, we're good.
No. Eddie didn't do that. He didn't put it in the intro. That's not an Eddie thing.
Good job.
Thank you. Thanks for noticing, because you didn't notice.
I was posting to X and all that stuff. So back off.
I'm back, guys. LFG. Yep, Buckeye. Welcome back. Hope the trip to the
without our producer, we're kind of lost.
We are lost without our producer. So, as you probably noticed, if you listened at all last week, I was all over the place. And then Wednesday, when Jim wasn't here, I was in charge of putting up comments and doing all. And I can't multitask like that. I literally, my ADHD takes over. I don't recognize all of the, things on the side. Jim, it's all about you. And I miss you. Now, technically, we could give Rich access to all that, I think, right?
Yeah.
It might be something we might want to do.
I think we need, since he's going to be filling in quite a bit, we should probably do that.
We should probably do that. So, Tarna, good morning to you as well.
And everybody and Buckeye, I'm assuming when you guys got together last week, I didn't hear any major fires or anything burning down, so you guys must have did okay. You didn't party too much. So
yeah, that's right. I assume they talked about us a lot. I
doubt our name came
mostly
focused. I'm guessing we didn't come up
podcast. No,
I'm guessing. Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, if you're not, and Easter's coming up, you're going to be gathering around with your families. If the subject of us does not come up, I think you're missing a golden opportunity to inform the public about
because anytime I think of Easter, I think of Two Guys, One Coup.
I do too. The resurrection of Jesus Christ, and then, God, because of that, we have Two Guys, One Coup. So, who wouldn't think of that? Jim, there's so much lunacy going around. I don't even know where to start, but I'm going to start. We're going to go into the Tesla stuff, but there's a really disturbing video out there calling for ICE agents to be shot, calling for, and these people, listen, I got a lot to say. We say a lot of stuff here, which anybody could broadcast, anybody could share. They could take clips. They could probably splice clips to where, we sound even, more, I don't know, lunatic-y like we are. But these people are purposely going on camera. They're purposely going on to make these comments and make threats. And then what is happening to these people? You know what I mean? We're going to play this fella. Now, just so you know, this is a real estate agent in the great state of Michigan. So I'm sure Whitmer will let him get away with it. Anyways, doesn't matter even if local police arrest him or not, but he should be arrested. This is terroristic threats against law enforcement agents. Here he is.
ICE agents on site. That's right. If ICE agents are trying to take you or a loved one, shoot them on site.
Shoot them on site. Okay.
Okay. All right. Yep. Okay.
The way they're pulling up with masks on.
I'm sorry, what? Have you seen ICE agents?
Well, the ICE agents do because they don't want their names to get out there. So yeah, they are wearing masks.
Okay. Okay. The way they're pulling up. Wait, go on.
With unmarked vehicles, no badge, no.
Of course, unmarked vehicles.
Yeah, but that I don't think the badge. I think they have to say who they are.
I think they
pretty sure.
Nothing. It could be anybody. It can be gang members. You have every right.
Gang members. So are you for removing gang members through ICE, or are you not for it?
Right to shoot at them. This would be the best self-defense case. You're just in fear for your life. You don't know who's behind that unmarked vehicle or who's behind that mask. This is ridiculous. What is our country coming to? Why would you want to be an ICE agent anyway? Do you like separating kids from their parents? Do you like deporting students that are studying? I can understand deporting a gang member or criminals. But innocent people, it's ridiculous. The way these ICE agents are pulling up with masks on, unmarked vehicles, they are pulling up like gang members. They are pulling up like the mafia. You might as well shoot them on sight and have your day in court. Take care, guys. Now I'm out.
Not the best advice. I'm just saying.
So I'm certain at this point, and I think it was mentioned over cash shouldn't be too hard to find this guy. No, I mean it really shouldn't. And I think here I have
right there. Cash shouldn't be hard to find this guy.
It should not be hard to find this guy. And to be honest with you, I think I have his name is here. Good luck with this one. His name is Balil Quarishi. When the Pilgrims first came over, the Quarishis.
Yeah.
That's
look, some of the ICE agents.
He's a real estate agent in Michigan.
Yeah, but to understand, some of the ICE agents do have to wear masks. Because they're being videoed, and they don't, because if they're being threatened, their faces are up on telephone poles. Okay.
Yeah. I know.
How soon before their families start getting threatened? Okay. Wow. So I have no problem if they're wearing masks. Okay. Mm-hmm. Because you don't want their identity to come out, but they will have shields. They're not just going to go into a house with no identification. And if you see a tape on a vest with mask duct tape that says ICE, that spells out ICE, they're probably not ICE.
Probably not ICE.
But I don't see a lot of that going on. And if they do, they're going to go after people like us, not
correct.
Not
correct.
Illegal.
Correct. Aiken says this: separating families. Why don't you ask Lake and Riley's family about it?
Exactly.
It doesn't. I mean,
What is the point that everybody's missing?
I don't understand.
Illegally, they broke the law.
The guy's like, oh, I understand gang members, and I understand that, but the innocent people or the students stuttering, we know who he's talking about. Mm-hmm. That Khalif, whatever his name is, Wiz Khalif. No, he's a rapper. But that guy. I don't want to bring Wiz Khalif's name into this. I don't want ICE to arrest him unless they need to. Anyways, you can probably arrest most rappers in my mind, but that's just. At some point, they probably did something wrong. You ever see somebody on the street and you just look at him and you're like, that guy's done something wrong. Like he probably deserves it.
Or they're gonna.
Or they're gonna.
So what happened to them?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But that to me was very telling, and that's the sentiment out there with a lot of these lunatic lefts. Shoot them, violence, burn things, hurt people. That's their motive. So anyways, Cash, get to work. I think we have ourselves a winner there as far as finding somebody who needs to be arrested immediately. Pretty simple. They know his profession. They know where he lives. They know everything about him. Posting a video like that, Jim, what is the what is the punishment for that, do you think? Could be.
Is there a punishment yet? I mean, because under the last 4 years, if we posted something like that, we get some of the conservatives' businesses being called. They were losing their jobs because people would call and complain. But I don't know if there's a legal threat. Now maybe there is. I don't know. Somebody out there. Do you know if there's a threat?
I don't.
If you make a threat, I think a threat to a federal officer.
Yeah, is pretty much.
I would guess it's at minimum a misdemeanor, and then if something actually happens to that federal officer, I'm pretty sure it can be turned into a felony of at least manslaughter.
Yeah, I think so too. Tarna, Tarna, intelligence is not a strong suit of the left, says Aiken, and that is true.
Because she posted.
Go ahead.
She posted not a smart idea. And Bongino and Cash.
Yeah, that's okay. So that was beforehand. I'm counting on you, dude. I can't. As you can tell, my reading the comments and talking at the same time is a challenge for me.
Yeah.
Tesla,
again, it's left. They don't have to have any proof.
Well,
they don't have to. All they have to do is go out and say this shit, and the minions are going to believe them, and that's
they're going to believe them each and every time. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. So, more Tesla stuff. Jim, have you seen this video? Maybe all of you have at this point. The guy pulls up in a Tesla. You don't see the driver of the Tesla, but you see the driver next to him who is, yelling profanities at him. He's doing all this. And then what happens after when the light turns green? This is what I want to know what happened to this guy. But here, listen, watch this whole scenario take place.
This is actually disturbing, folks.
Yeah, it is. Watch this one. Well, before we get to it, Greg Gear, good morning, guys. Nice shirt, Tim. I'm assuming that shirt. It's shirt.
Okay, I wondered if he's Hebrew on us now.
And hat. and he says you're rocking it.
Yeah.
And Jim, you are. I've never seen you look beefier and more handsome than you do today. I got to be honest with you. In all the years I've known you, a little bit more smitten with you today for some reason, and I think it has to do with the clothing.
Yeah, well, somebody has to be, so that's cool. I'll take
All
it
right,
anyway.
Tesla lunatic. Let's watch this one right here. Here we go. There he goes. He's gonna roll down the video.
Hi TikTok. Hi live. Yeah. Go ahead. Go.
He sounds manly.
I was just thinking. Sorry.
He sounds.
We think that's a man. We think.
I think it's a man. Again, who are we to genderize somebody these days?
Not trying to judge.
Yeah,
maybe we are a little bit.
Maybe. I mean, he just sounds very beta male for a reason.
Yeah, he's not alpha. That's for sure.
That's for sure.
Fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. You're not paying attention. I'm paying attention to you.
You remember, he said he's not paying attention.
Yeah. Oh, he's
Hey, you Joe Biden looking motherfucker. You suck my dick, you fucking faggot. You faggot.
Then bam.
Oh God. Jody, he just hit somebody.
That was a woman with her 2 children, folks.
Women with her 2 children. We'll play it back a little bit. Let's go back a little bit more. Yeah, it's disturbing. Here we go.
You Joe Biden looking motherfucker. You suck my dick, you fucking faggot. You faggot. Oh God. Jody, he just hit somebody. Jody. Oh God.
Yeah.
No, I hope the person filming went back and made sure everybody was okay.
Yeah, I do.
But
too.
this is what happens, folks. I mean, and he was telling the other guy, remember how he yelled at the other guy? I'm assuming he was in a Tesla. He was yelling at the other guy.
It didn't look like a Tesla, just
saying
like a pickup
that
truck.
you're maybe he had no. The guy he was maybe he had a Trump sign or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
But anyway, he said you're endangering traffic is what it was, and then he turns around and hits that. I hope the family's okay. I hope I don't know if we've heard what happened with the outcome of it, but this is what's happening, and they don't care.
Yeah,
the Jasmine Crockett's, the AOCs, the Bernie Sanders, the Hakeem Jeffries, they don't care this is happening. They want their base to get angry, even though a new poll comes out on CBS.
Yeah,
after the texting, 50% approval rating.
Yep, 50%.
It's not working, Dems. It's the
not
Nazi
working.
Comments.
It's not working.
If anything, it's bringing people to our side.
It is. Here's another one. This guy's this guy is definitely, he's in a Tesla truck, and here's protesters coming up to him.
Get off my fucking car! You touch that shit again, I will break your fucking fingers.
Okay, come on, bring it on. Bring it on. You're fucking Nazi. Fuck you, Nazi. Go fuck yourself.
I love you.
I probably should have said this. We probably should have had a language warning on this show before we. People don't know yet, But this is the lunacy that's going on. I'll finish it. Shame. He's driving a truck.
Yeah.
He made a decision to buy a truck.
Yep.
And he's being shamed for it.
I feel very, very sorry for you.
What is
You're just a little man. Little man. You know what?
How much do you weigh?
Just about. I'm sorry. We need you out of the road, please.
Listen to this.
You're a fucking traitor to the United States, you fuckface!
Oh, really?
A traitor to the United States.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. That's what. Look at this guy.
Right.
Oh my God.
Falling apart! Your truck's falling apart! Fucking traitor! Your truck's falling apart!
This is unbelievable. Why do they always have drums banging in the background, these lunatics? You know,
they're talented musicians. I don't know.
Always somebody's bringing up drum and they're banging it, and it's
or a whistle.
They're annoying pricks.
Question.
Yeah, what's the
question?
And
the question is, that is Tesla.
He bought a truck.
That's Tesla property, correct?
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
They can't be on their property, right? Unless they approve it. It's private property. They can't
Yeah, I mean, I think they were on the sidewalk.
Street.
Yeah.
Now, some of them were on the yard, in the yard of the Tesla.
Yeah.
So why are the police allowing that to happen? Do they have permits? I'm assuming they did because this was organized. Crockett.
Yeah, it was organized by George
Crockett
Soros
wanted this done and everything
mm-hmm.
else. But guys, they are unhinged because what has Elon Musk has not laid off one person. He has not cut $1.
Nope.
All he is doing is finding waste, fraud, and abuse.
I've got more, but here I'm going to play one Elon Musk. This is what this is the kind of stuff they're angry about. Listen, Elon Musk had a I guess a town hall in Wisconsin. Obviously getting the vote out there in Wisconsin for the Supreme Court justice is going to be highly important, folks. Along with my district, District 1, Matt Gaetz' old seat. Tomorrow is the election for that. Show up and vote. I will be. You have to go do it. You have to. Wisconsin, you got to get out there and vote. That's highly important. And so is ours tomorrow. We want to obviously keep our district red. I think we will. But at any rate, it's pretty red here. So, but this is the kind of stuff they're protesting. And this is why they're yelling at cars.
Damn cars.
Damn cars. This kind of stuff. Listen.
When we saw these numbers, we were like, what is this? In 21, you see 270,000 people, goes all the way to 2.1 million in 24. These are non-citizens that are getting Social Security numbers.
You heard that right. Non-citizens getting Social Security numbers, which means they get Social Security benefits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a mind-blowing chart.
Yeah, just... This literally blew us away. Like, we went there to find fraud, and we found this by accident.
Wow.
And this isn't political, by the way. My parents are immigrants. Yeah, this country's been great to us. My brother and sister all born in Spain. I'm pro-legal immigration. This is not political. This is not political.
And that's a good point.
Nothing wrong with legal immigration.
Zero things wrong with it.
Nothing.
Zero.
This is about America and the future of America.
That's the kind of stuff, and I've got another one too that I'll play, but in a minute. But that's the kind of stuff that they're yelling at cars about, and they're protesting, and they're calling him a Nazi, and
they're not even looking at what they're doing.
No, they're not, because they're getting paid for it. Here, look, this. Yeah, they're getting paid for it, but not apparently on overtime, because here's the scene in California. Let me show you this, and then maybe you'll get it, or you'll see what's going on. But this is a protest in California.
Go back to Mexico. I respect your point of view. I respect your point of view. Yeah,
so,
stay across the border, Pedro.
So this was in California at a Tesla protest, and at precisely 12 noon,
they say we don't want Social Security.
They all packed up and left. That's what's happening here, by the way. So at 12 noon, oddly enough, that time.
Because they're probably being moved to someplace else.
Or being paid up until that time.
Is
my thought process only. Apparently, George Soros doesn't like the fact that there's no tax on overtime, so he can't pay the protesters overtime now. It costs them more. So this is why he is. But at 12 noon, they just absolutely pack up and move on. That's real commitment.
Yeah.
That's...
Well, maybe the Tesla dealership was closed at noon.
Yeah, maybe. maybe the Tesla dealership was closed, but that's the kind of thing. What's going on? We have a here one more. I'm going to play this one and then something else. And then Jim, obviously, you've got things that got to go along with all this too, especially the Elon thing.
We need to play.
But this is a Fresno State professor at a protesting cars. Here she is again, teaching children.
All right. Okay.
I don't know if you want my name on there or anything, but you know my name also.
Yeah, if you want to share it.
Sure.
Yeah, you can say who you are in the community if you want.
No, sure.
This is on.
Yeah, sure. And I'm Catherine Shurik. I'm actually trying to get a NOW chapter, National Organization for Women, off the ground here in Fresno. I'm an anthropologist and a professor at the university here and teach an activist anthropology course. We're trying to get my students to get involved as well.
Extra credit kids, you hear that?
Yes.
Sorry, young adults, not kids.
And next week they do get extra credit for coming to the protest.
They get extra credit. Did you hear that? That's the part. Next week, they get extra credit for coming to the protest. Jim, I'm speechless.
You know, every time we sit there and say they can't do anything more, that will surprise us. And they just keep doing it.
They defund all education. Jim, you got any comments over there before I move on? Or?
Yeah, M's dad, welcome. They want to hurt people through. Karma is what happens to them.
I agree. Yes.
Tesla hate comes from both sides. Tesla hires H-1Bs over Americans. Tesla skirts export-import taxes on building overseas. Battery cars are worse for the environment than gas cars. Well, we know that. We played many things.
Listen,
that happens after.
Truthful troll. Yeah, that's not a comment. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, that's not uncommon. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
So,
what is the difference? These chants and the same shit that they've been doing since the 60s.
I know. No,
not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot. Yeah, it's absolutely just crazy.
They traded the U.S. because he bought a truck built in the U.S. by U.S. workers. Not sure that
makes any sense. That's what I'm saying. None of it makes any sense. It's terrible. But here's the mind process. Here's a little 14-second video of what their thought process is on why this is all okay and acceptable.
Wait.
Property is a perfectly viable source of protest. No harming humans, obviously.
Yeah.
Human life is sacred no matter whose it is. But property these are just things. These are just cars.
I'm sorry. So
then why are you protesting cars?
But they're okay. It's okay if you burn them down. It's okay if you destroy them, you key them, you slash their tires, you do that process because they're just cars. It's unbelievable. You played a comment while I was going on.
Yeah, we got it. Looks like a new Air Conda TV
hanging out while at work. Hey,
okay.
Yes,
hey,
welcome. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Welcome to the show. So that's what's kind of going on around there. I got one more Elon Musk thing, and so do you, Jim, and then we'll go to a break. But this is another reason to go out and yell at cars because of what Elon Musk is doing here and finding here. I think you can just justify yelling at cars at this point because Elon Musk is helping the country. Hold on.
A lot of strangely wealthy members of Congress, where I just can't. I'm trying to connect the dots of how did they become rich while earning. How do they get 20 million if they're earning 200,000 a year?
Yep.
It sounds. Nobody can explain that. So something's. Yeah, we're going to try to figure it out and certainly stop it from happening. So.
How? That's the nobody. You know that most of the people that are protesting and all that, I mean, I'm not going to say that. I mean, they're not poor. I'm not saying they're all poor. Yes. Are most of them getting paid? Yes, I'd say that. There's also agitators that aren't getting paid. We get that as well.
Right.
The point is that how can you be, again, I can't think like a freaking liberal, and it's just, I'm so sick and tired of Democrats and liberals. I can't associate. I can't have anything to do with them. How can you be upset that you're finding fraud and saving the taxpayer money? And maybe some of that money will go to help your community eventually, if you could ever vote a Democrat out of office in those areas. What is happening to these people? Are they just watching MSNBC? Is really because MSNBC is not getting a lot of views, right? So it's not just watching them. What is really taking place here? you know.
Yeah, I want to play something real quick. Kurogi, yes, Tesla is the highest percentage of U.S. parts in any car maker.
Yes, 100%.
Matter of fact, I think if you look at the top cars, even you have Kias that are built in the U.S. You have other Toyotas and things like that. There's more American parts in those vehicles.
Yeah.
Than there are in the actual American vehicles.
Buckeye's got the answer to that. My question: years of being mind fucked. That is not untrue, and that again, that's not. They have activist parents who went to college, liberal college. They raised their liberal kids. The cycle never stops. That's why, you know. Federal funding to these.
Dad, you're right. Don't these people have jobs? Oh, that's right. They suck off the government teat. Explains why they don't like Doge.
Correct. Exactly. Follow the money and where it's going and who's getting it and everything, and it will always give you the answer in the end. Yeah, Buckeye, you're right. From parents to schools to media. That's it.
Remember, there was a time
in this.
There was a time Democrats did not like. They were for all the stuff that Elon Musk is doing.
Liberal meant something different back in the
day. That. Under Obama, he put in, it was Biden who was the Doge person, which would not have been my first choice to run Doge, but he did put in there, they did recognize it, and everybody seemed to be okay then. We would have been okay with it. We would, hey,
because
they're, are you kidding? Absolutely.
Because what their government waste they found was not USAID money. It was not. It's like, oh, we saved here on the military budget. We saved here on programs that are required, or we saved, you know, that's what they did. They took away from the defense budget. They took away from that, claiming that they were doing government efficiency. Bullshit.
To make us weaker.
And for them to tout the fact that they saved millions or $1 billion, you know, in this, because you didn't fund those programs that are America first. Let's be honest. You didn't fund the military properly.
Any liberal that looks at this, and I believe that there's some liberals that look at that and they see where some of this money is going. We've seen it. We've seen these buildings that were built for, remember, to house illegals and then no one's in there.
Yep, correct.
And they're getting millions of dollars a month.
Yep.
Where is that money going? I get it. We found it. We see it. I want to know where it went. I want to know what they did with it. I want some kind of accountability here. I mean, and I think that's what most of the Americans are. And I think that's why when you look at X, when you look at other people, they get frustrated because we haven't seen anybody in handcuffs. We haven't seen anybody called out. We haven't seen anything. So is this the same old that we're just doing this? I hope not.
Me too.
I truly do, because I have had it. Now, Congress is starting to get together, which is why you and I believe that Elise Stefanik was pulled from U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, because she needs to stay there, because we need to now get, because they do hold the purse strings. We need, like what Representative Burchett said, we need them to vote on this stuff.
The Stefanik move back to the House was absolutely spot on. I'm not saying anybody can do the UN ambassador job. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you can find a replacement for that. Again, it would have taken a special election. We all know how Republicans do in special elections, which is a concern of the election tomorrow here in first district in Florida.
I'm calling this a little different,
but I agree. It's a little different. But Jim, let's hear from Grit Gear real quick and lock and load, and then we'll be back. We got ton more show to go, folks. Thank you for staying with us, joining us on your Monday morning. We'll be right back.
Grit is defined as firmness of character, unyielding courage in the face of hardship or danger. At Grit Gear Apparel, we honor all military, police, fire, public service, and patriotic Americans, both men and women regardless of color, creed, or religion. Our brand represents the love and freedom for our country, the heroism of all our men and women, and the principles of what this wonderful country was built on. Our goal is to regenerate the sense of patriotism and to spark the American pride within us, to stand together in the toughest times and become victorious, to preserve all our freedoms, to honor our flag, and to respect the men and women who have fought and died for us to have these freedoms. Wear our brand with pride, with a sense of patriotism, and as a statement for the love of our country. Whether you're military, public official, or civilian, our brand is for you. Together we stand as Americans.
Man, and I like to think together we stand as Americans, but we're giving you example after example after example of people that will just never go that route. Folks, we can do this. We do stand as Americans, at least those of us with brains and common sense. Go to greatgearapparel.com. Please go there, as well as lockandloadcoffee.com. Remember to use coupon code 2guys and you get 10% off your order. Jim and I never remember to use
it like we do.
So hopefully you do.
Yeah.
And hopefully that happens and you can use it and take advantage of some savings while helping an America First veteran supported, family owned and operated, amazing company.
And we need to update that. We need to update the video because their coffee area they have now is not the pump, just whatever those percolators are or whatever they are. You actually have little mini Keurigs that you put it in. You make your coffee. And,
listen, I'm redoing the lock and load commercial. I had Rich and Sharon send me a bunch of videos. I just didn't have an opportunity to do that this weekend because it was my son's birthday and he came down and we went golfing and we did all that stuff. I didn't have an opportunity to do all that. But and by the way, we had crab legs, king crab, and ribeyes, and I'm telling you, the meal was amazing. All done by Chef Dale, by the way.
And I don't remember getting the invite. That kind of hurtful.
Jim, you couldn't even make Wednesday's show, let alone.
I like all those things.
Anyways, fantastic weekend, by the way, and shot great golf. So that was even like I don't know. It's just good to be Dale at times, you know. I mean, it's like I'm sure you can sense that, Jim.
I went out and shot. I shot even par 72, so that was pretty.
Did you? And then at the turn, then what'd you do at the back nine?
No, I was hitting very, very well.
Yeah. Okay. Jim, I'm sure the weather didn't even allow you to go golfing this weekend.
It was a little stormy. It was warm, but it was stormy.
We got some terrible storms yesterday afternoon. We made it through the whole. We were on hole 16, and I'm in my backswing and in a big crack of lightning. And I'm like, oh, we finished around as all good golfers.
Graphite or metal?
Huh?
Did you have graphite or?
Well, it was graphite because it was a driver, but my shafts were metal on my irons, but that didn't stop me from hitting the second shot, you know, with my irons. So we finished. It was good, but we saw very little rain. It was just happened to some roll of thunder. We got home. I kid you not, 15 minutes later, all hell broke loose there with storms. So, but anyways, great weekend, and I'm sure everybody cares. Moving on, Jim, I want you to play one more thing from Elon, and then we can get into other stories.
You know, this again,
because there are other stories,
like we're seeing at a lot of venues that whether it's town halls Republicans do or anything, even town halls Democrats do.
You're probably right, truthful troll. Pitch and putt. He had 72. He couldn't even do that. Go on.
I just said I shot a 72. It's all you need to know.
It's all you need to know.
Yeah, it's really wild. So. I mean, it was inevitable that at least a few Soros operatives would be in the audience. Give my regards to George. Say hi to George from me.
George is so pissed he always got more money than
USA, 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 USA. Yep. I mean, it was inevitable.
Man, the guy, folks, again, he doesn't have to do this.
No.
He has done it to the risk of himself, his business, and everything else. Yeah. And you're right, M's dad, go home to mommy, because just like Tim Burchett said over the weekend, if you didn't see it on X, that same guy that likes to bother him, he said, why don't you go home, or something about
he said,
your mom make you more hot pockets.
Hot pockets and turn your Game Boy on. So hey, well, here, truthful troll, happy birthday, little Dale. Yeah, it's Mike. His name's Michael, but that's happy birthday. Thank you for him as well. But yeah, you're right. He doesn't have to do this. He is he's risked a lot of his reputation. Obviously, he sees what's going on. It's not a position he had to take. How long he keeps it, excuse me, for I don't know. Once he gets done finding all of it, I'm sure he'll probably step away from it to allow the process then to take place. You know, whether he's there every year of the presidency, I'm not sure. He will be involved one way or the other. There's no doubt about that.
There's one other video I have because it does show that, hey, even though they're protesting, Dems are having fun.
Oh, they're doing the electric slide.
Yeah.
Do it. It's electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie, woogie.
Yeah, because we'll be doing that in a couple months.
Yeah, I know how to do that dance. I'm going to be doing it.
I don't. I step on people's feet. So.
You're going to do it though, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll try it. I mean,
I'm going to do it while holding a Nazi sign at your
I think
in protest of a car.
I think
I'm going to protest the car.
In some cases, I think people would agree, and then half the people at that wedding is going to agree, and the other half isn't.
So you remember, Jim? So that's a protest in general with lunatics. You remember at our first Moms for second in Philadelphia, the Moms for Liberty, when they were having a big dance party out there because they were for cutting off the genitals of children.
Yeah,
that's what they were rooting for and all that. You remember we were out there. We filmed it all. If you guys weren't around then, you guys missed some really good footage of stuff. But at any rate, that's what they do. That's why I said they bring drums, they bring music, they're getting paid. I'm sure they're being fed somewhere. That's what they effing do. So
M's dad, that's what they were having fun.
I'm watching. You were watching.
So they're protesting an electric car company by doing
the electric slide.
That's right.
It only makes sense. It's kind of like this. Oh shoot, I don't think I saved this one. Nope, I'll play it next episode. Anyways, go on, Jim. It's a different video, which I can play at any time.
Okay, so I don't know if anybody heard. We have a couple videos I want to play here that have different things, but I'm going to talk about the Jackson Hewitt. If anybody's not heard about it, Jackson Hewitt was found. Well, never mind. Let's watch the video.
Stuff like this, at all the shelters and stuff. But like our company, this is why we try to help people by, providing them with refunds,
This is Savannah Hernandez in front of the Roosevelt Hotel in New York City. Now, we wanted to come check in on the migrant crisis, and as we were walking around, we saw a Jackson Hewitt table out here with an employee who was handing out this flyer. Now, what this flyer says is working or not, file your taxes, and we can get the maximum refund for your family. And the paper says that if you have one child, you can get over $7,000 in a refund, and if you have up to 3 children, you can get over $14,000. So the Jackson Hewitt employee who initially handed me this paper, after finding out I was a journalist, took the paper away. That's why this one's so dirty, because a migrant ended up giving me another copy, and he stated that if he's put on camera and this goes out, that legal will have to get involved.
We do this stuff like this, at all the shelters and stuff. But like our company, this is why we try to help people by, providing them with refunds,
So you guys are trying to help the migrants with their taxes then, to help them get refunds, help them get some money back from the government.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Okay, well, thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, we're just going to go try to talk to them.
Can't put my footage.
Can we take one of your papers, though, just so we can...
So it said there, if you're not watching, it said 2 minutes after realizing that she's a journalist, this is happening.
Kind of... Thank you.
Actually, you should just take this one, because this one has my office information, and so therefore legal would have to get involved. So that's
okay. So just wanted to give you guys an idea of, again, what migrants have been told in New York City. Now that tax season is coming up, they are being given official flyers from Jackson Hewitt themselves on how to file their taxes. We have the Trump administration that is currently in office, and they have been promising mass deportations. But in sanctuary cities like New York, where you've had over 200,000 illegal immigrants make their way to this area, the crisis is very much alive and well. Now, this shelter behind me is actually set to close in June, but you have another shelter that was just opened up in the Bronx with 2,200 beds specifically for single migrant men. So the crisis very much alive here in New York City that has already spent $7 billion on migrants over the last couple of years. Wanted to give you guys an update as of March 2025, where we're currently at with it.
Wow.
So not only are they getting millions of dollars from taxpayers to live in that hotel, right? Remember, they're not paying for that hotel, folks.
Correct.
Now they want to give taxes for children when they're not even working.
Exactly.
Illegally in this country.
Illegal. Buckeye. He's in public. His right to not be shown went out the window. Exactly. There's nothing reason. There was a question, why would legal get involved? There's no reason legal. It was a threat. It was the only thing he had. He knows he was caught. Yeah, return on what? They don't work. No, but they illegally vote.
Yep.
And so
yeah,
there you have it.
Folks, that story out there is, I mean, think about this. If this went through, and I'm hoping the IRS would would find this stuff and catch it. I would like to think so, but you just
I would think not.
I mean, you and I, just our business had something the other day that happened, and it's fine. We're okay. It's just we had to just give something else information. So
something we had to,
does Jackson Hewitt know how to do this to get that money? And then I'm sure they're going to charge for it. So is this like, I mean, this has to be illegal, what they're doing.
Of course it
has to be, because they're going to get money from this that these individuals haven't earned. Those individuals,
they don't work. They're not here legally. They have
here at the most 4 years.
Correct.
That's it.
Correct. Yep. They don't work. They don't have, but they do now, probably have fake social security numbers. That's why, is what they found. This is unbelievable what's going on.
And then here's some more illegal information.
Hold on. Dad, real quick. The Trump IRS might catch it. Imagine how long this has been going.
I can only imagine. I mean, just this.
I'd say since Obama.
This was not the first year they did this.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Cannot tell me that. This was not the first year.
And it just so happens, thank God for that reporter for catching that.
Yep.
I'm glad.
So if you use Jackson Hewitt, you might want to say something to your local people, and then why you're not going to be using them this year.
And at one of the many, I hope not useless hearings, but it seems like to be more of our but here's some more information on illegals, folks. Just listen.
Okay.
And I just heard this yesterday. One of the cuts that my
so-called
friends from the left are saying is that if you come into this country and can't speak English, then you're disabled. Have you heard that?
It is one of the qualifying factors right now within the disability insurance program that we're trying to
disability insurance program. You come into this country illegally, say you can't speak English, it is a disability.
So that's what we're hearing here.
How dumb is that? If you can't come into this country and speak English, you're entitled to all the benefits of this country because you can't speak the American, you can't speak English. The American people are on to it and they get it.
So it was quiet, but honestly, that's the whole gist of it is they are listing it as a disability that you do not speak English, therefore collecting the benefits from Social Security.
Again, taking money away from Americans.
But we're cutting Social Security. Elon Musk is cutting Social Security. He's cutting Medicaid. He's taking disabled he's taking funding away from the Department of Education for special needs programs. All bullshit, all claims, all lies. We all know it. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, folks. If that just all I want you to take from that is they found out that if you didn't speak English, it was considered a disability.
Yep.
Okay. So, with that being said,
do you want to play a couple comments before we go on, or do you want to do it after this one?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, I got a couple here. I'm ready with one. Buckeyes, especially because it has to do with what we just talked about too, as far as our business. As a small business, trust me, I have to show every receipt. Stop worrying whether I bought a flathead versus a fill-up, and stop the BS. I agree. Every receipt, you have to prove everything. Forms and documents you got to put out. M's dad. Oh my God, these hearings.
Yeah,
that's why I said start locking the crop. That's
why I pointed out when I first started playing that. Here we go, another hearing. And when are we going to start seeing results of these hearings? Because these hearings are great. They get great sound bites. They bring up this stuff, like the NPR.
Yeah.
If anybody saw that, NPR.
Oh my God! I wish we could have played all that. It happened after we went off there.
Okay, yeah, we were. It was over.
Yeah,
but when they played that, they admitted it that they 80. What was it? 85 or 87 people on their NPR
were all registered Democrats.
Zero
Republicans. Nobody.
And everything. Have we heard any mony being taken away from them yet? Of course,
no.
The judge.
Exactly.
I believe a judge probably came through and halted that.
I saw the Babylon Bee thing. It says President Trump steps down to take a more powerful position as district judge.
That is not a lie right at this point in time. And folks, this is what really pisses me off. Okay, the judges are doing this to do it. They know they have no standing. They know it's going to go to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court's going to say, you guys cannot, you are not the president. Even Kagan, who is an Obama appointee, says the judges are overstepping.
Yeah.
So they have no shot when she's on their side. They have no shot at making this go.
Well, that's why they're ignoring the judges as the Trump administration.
Who's getting wealthy on this? The lawyers.
Yep. That's right.
The lawyers are sitting back going, oh, keep doing it. That's why this shit's going on. We have got to stop it. Anyway.
Oh, here in Buckeye, they start classifying TDS as a disability is going to break our system from overloaded claims.
Oh, you know what?
And EDS too, Elan derangement syndrome, is also a quite the thing. Want to stop corruption? Aiken says, start putting the guilty ones away for life.
Yep. And Tarna says,
handcuffs.
When are people going to get handcuffed and made examples of? I don't know. Guys, I'm starting to think it's never going to happen.
Yep. Right.
And if it does happen, we're going to hear people stepping down. We're going to start hearing, I'm not going to run for the next term. Things behind the scenes that we're not going to get to see to save face. That's what's going to, especially when we start finding more out about this Epstein list. If we ever do.
Correct.
So there is a leftist out there that has a genuine question for all of us out there, folks. So I want everyone out there to listen, because Dale and I have an answer for her.
Don't make fun of her.
For Trump supporters and supporters of Musk and RFK and all that. I'm not gonna use insults and slurs in this video. I'm just asking a genuine, honest question for you. Is there anything at all that they could do to lose your support at this point? I mean, is there one thing? Is there?
Okay, Dale, I'm going to let you answer the question. What can those three individuals, President Trump, Elon Musk, and RFK Jr., what can they do to get all of us against them?
Start acting like liberals.
There, lady, we just answered your question.
Yes, there is something they could do. They could start acting like Jasmine Crockett and AOC and Bernie Sanders and Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries and all. Yeah, they could be world order first and not America first, and they would immediately stop getting my support. So yeah.
And before we get to Crockett, Columbia alumni just showed us.
So hold on a second, but hold on, wait, I've got to play a comment for me. Damn, she's still grasping for her after I took. We weren't going to make fun of her because we think she's got COPD or something like that.
Which there was something to that.
Which is something I'm going to eventually have in life. So I'm not. But she was definitely on oxygen.
Buckeye, you're right. Do find it funny. Those burning Teslas to hurt Elon just helping him. All those cars will be replaced by new Teslas. LOL.
Yeah, and let me ask
helping the insurance companies, which are supposed to be evil. Which are supposed to be evil, by the way.
Supposed to be evil, protesters.
Okay, so Columbia.
Man, enough with these people.
This Ivy League school.
Oh,
these are very supposed to be the smartest of the smartest,
which we know.
They have just shown us.
Yeah.
The School of International and Public Affairs chanted Free Palestine as they destroyed their sheepskins. It was Alumni Day.
They're tearing up their diplomas, folks.
They're tearing up
as a protest because Columbia wanted their money from the government.
Yes.
Oh.
Nope. You.
The protests are in support of Mahmoud Khalil, the Columbia grad student and protester now held by ICE agents. And they also object to the concessions made to curb protests on campus.
We will continue to rage at this institution until Mahmoud Khalil is free. Until students are free. We'll fight for Palestinian rights and liberation.
Whatever funding they're getting, please remove it immediately.
Yeah, and I want to venture to guess those were copies.
Yeah,
$400,000 to go there.
You know, I got to be honest with you. I got to be honest with you. I'm thinking they weren't even copies. That's how stupid these people are, anyways. But who cares if they're tearing up their diplomas as if that means anything? Again. They're destroying something, and
they're keeping
an inanimate object, something that's not meaningful to any of us.
they're keeping Jewish students from going to school.
They are.
They're neglecting to mention that these
Correct.
protests on the campus. So, folks, it's going to get worse. I guarantee you. When the government, when the schools start doing what they should be doing, and making now, first of all, nothing's going to happen to these students because professors are out there protesting with them.
Yeah,
and just like the one you played, they're going to get their extra credit bonuses for going out and protesting. Because if I was a professor there, which I never would be, but if I was a professor there and the kids walked out to do it, I'm sorry, that day they're getting something docked.
They're getting something docked, without a doubt.
Parents, if you're okay with your, and yet we don't even know how many of these are actually students.
Correct.
At Columbia, because most of them are probably not. But anyway, this is how stupid they are, folks. They think that's going to hurt us.
They do. They think
airing it out.
They think that they're doing that is going to be a detriment to our mental wealth or mental well-being. I don't give a shit if you tear up your diploma. Your diploma means shit to me. First of all, you got one, which tells me you're even dumber than I thought you were, and you're even far left and I want nothing to do with you.
Well, there was on Fox a couple weeks ago. There was I don't know if you're familiar. I don't know what they're called, but they're people that help seniors get applications to schools.
Yep, correct.
So, and so this one guy came on and said this year there were 0 of his students requested applications to Columbia. 0.
No shit.
Because they don't want to. They don't want to deal with that.
They don't want to be a part of that, right?
And it wasn't Jewish students, folks. This was any student.
Correct.
Didn't want to go there because, and I'm assuming some parents probably had something to do with this too, because I'm not spending $100,000 a year for you guys to go to that school and then have that shit go on.
Correct.
And again, folks, this isn't, I'm going to say 80-20 issue.
Yep.
This might even be a 90-10.
Oh, it might be a 90-10.
So,
and you're right, Dad. 40% of college grads don't even use their degrees. That's
well,
right.
especially I'm assuming that was probably those two individuals were degree in fine arts or something.
Liberal arts or something, or something, just some sort of art degree or, who knows? Of course they were.
But okay, so folks, we haven't heard from Jasmine Crockett. Now, somebody needs to listen to this. She was on a show, Breakfast Club. And I need you to tell me how this is not a racist comment. Somebody has to help me here.
We continue to put people into office, and that even means some of our skinfolk who definitely are not our kinfolk, such as Byron Donalds, who are going to continue to say that, the fact that you sitting around talking about life was better under Jim Crow, is this because you don't understand history? Or literally it's because you married a white woman and so you think that whitewashed you. I'm not really sure what it is.
Well,
but
you
I
couldn't
need
even be married to a white woman under Jim
correct.
Crow.
Correct. And it took Joy to call him out. So I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? What are you saying? He just out here. I feel like they give him his talking points and he's like, yes, massa, I got it.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Guys, this woman is completely unhinged. I mean, worse than AOC could have possibly have tried to become. Okay, go back and watch videos of her when she was running for that seat.
Yep.
Just go back. I probably should have pulled it up here to show it, but go back and look. I don't know where this talking has come from.
I don't either.
Completely gone way on the other side. She went to a private school.
Yep.
Okay, so she came from money, but she's acting like she's not.
She's acting so. Honestly,
guys, go ahead.
But I'm saying if you don't follow someone called Laverne Spicer on X, she was running for a congressional seat from who is it? I remembered the name the other day. You didn't. It was in Florida. I can't remember who it was. Laverne was running for that seat against this. I can't remember.
I can't remember who it was, but she wore the hat.
I can't remember who it was now. Damn it. I had it in my head. But anyways, if you don't follow her, she goes through the whole thing of who Jasmine Crockett really is, and it's language warning because Laverne is very colorful in her language, and that's rightfully so.
We're trying to get her on the show, folks.
Yeah, we've talked to her, and she's going to get on.
She would be, she's considered a black woman who, according to Crockett, agrees with Jim Crow laws, which
correct.
Okay, nobody on the right agrees with Jim Crow laws. Not. It's done. That's just what they do. That's what they have to do.
That's right.
And M's dad, you're right. She's fake as
fuck,
too.
She's educated and doesn't speak like that. She doesn't speak like that normally. She does not.
Like I said, go back and watch the videos. And here's another one that she says. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm playing Jasmine Crockett because we're like saying, why is she getting played? But because she's stupid. And this is Dale and I are going to go into it. After this is done, we're going to explain why this is important.
Undocumented folk contribute approximately $100 billion in taxes. They pay into Social Security and they don't get to draw down on it. So stop, again, allowing them to divide us and to demonize them.
Did you hear that? They pay $100 billion in taxes. Illegals do.
Okay. Now,
while getting $14,000 back from Jackson Hewitt.
Illegals that are working.
Correct.
That were given this thing called an illegal Social Security number.
Correct.
Are paying to Social Security.
Yes.
That's fact. These illegals that have come in the last 4 years, the ones sitting in those hotels, they're not working.
They're not paying shit.
Okay,
I got a secret for you, Jasmine.
And it's not close to $100 billion. See, you can't just.
They randomly throw numbers. They don't care.
100% of Pittsburgh Steelers fans are serial killers.
Well, Jim, you might be right.
See, anybody can say. I mean, you can't just say things, guys. You have to have some things to back it up, right?
Not when you don't have anybody fact checking you, right? You don't have the media even questioning that figure.
Just
what do they care?
She is terrible, and she keeps doubling down. And Dale,
she does.
You and I both talked about this beforehand.
Yeah,
guys, don't. Hakeem Jeffries, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Ruskin. They're not in control of this party.
They want to be.
You just saw.
They're terrible if they are.
You just saw one of the leaders of this party, and it's her and AOC, and it's Bernie Sanders. They are the left of the left. They're the reasons the Democrats lost that election. They are the reason.
And yet they're doing nothing to stop them.
And they keep voting 100% in the House to stop anything President Trump comes out that is going to help the American people that they, how many times do you hear them say, we're here to help the American people. We're going to make.
No, they're not.
Yet
liberals
President
are not.
Trump's
Democrats are not.
Numbers continues to go up.
Skyrocket.
Because what did India just do?
Huh?
India is going to negotiate their tariffs. We just found that out yesterday. They are meeting with President Trump. What happens in 2 days?
Correct.
And a quick warning to everybody tomorrow. If nobody knows what tomorrow is, pay attention and be careful when you're on X, when you're on Facebook, when
April
you're on
Fools. So
it is April Fool's Day, folks.
Just be careful.
It is the Democrats' national holiday.
It is.
Okay. They're all fools. They're all idiots. And there's shit going to come out.
There is.
People, because how many times are you going to say, oh my God, this let's calm down.
Exactly.
And let's not buy the crap that we see sometimes.
Exactly.
But there is somebody that does support Trump that has a reason to support Trump. And I'm thinking he's never going to be on 60 Minutes again. Real quick.
Okay.
Say something to President Trump. What would you say?
Please stop this war and help bring all the hostages back.
And you think he can help?
I know he can help. I'm here because of Trump. I'm here only because of him.
And shortly after that episode, he has never been seen again.
It's true. Yeah.
Truth
Right.
control.
No,
Your countdown from India will be cheaper.
It is what it is.
The lunatic fringe is running the party. I'm telling you, and that is what the Jeffries of the world, they have to calm this down.
Correct.
Okay. They can stand together and vote. Okay, that's great. They all in the House, they stand together, they follow the rules and everything else, which is going to continue to hurt the American people.
Yeah.
But as long as the Republicans realize that whether we have a little disagreements or not, we have to do what a President Trump's agenda is. We have to. We just have to stand behind that.
Yep.
So, folks, that's what we got to do. And Jasmine Crockett and AOC and Bernie Sanders are running this party right now.
They are
running this party.
And then Tarna, Ty Tarna. I don't know if we play anything from Tarna. She's commenting all over the place, but we might have earlier. Oh, brother, Leslie Stahl is such an ass. No kidding. I bet she hated that answer. And M's dad here says Dems are now for the American people and the American way. That's my April Fool's post for tomorrow. It's absolutely true. Jim, I got one more thing I'm going to play before we get on with our amazing top 5. And I didn't know this, and you're an expert in it. So, but I don't think you heard this one. There's new gender out there. I just had to play. I didn't know this. So I want you to be aware of it. And I'm surprised you didn't tell me about it, but here it is.
However, there is a gender identity that is linked to the seasons.
Okay, there's a gender identity linked to the
sun. We have seasons in the sun,
linked to the seasons. Anyways, here we go.
This is called gender season. And
gender season. Oh, that makes sense. Here we go.
This is a gender identity I've only just learnt about. It's a micro identity. It's not an identity that I have ever heard discussed before. It's a new one for me. Gender season is an individual who explores their gender identity in relation to a season or all the seasons. So this might be somebody whose gender expression and identity is linked to one season. So for example, winter. Or this might be somebody whose gender identity and expression changes depending on the season.
I'm sorry.
First of all, Dan, I'm going to have to rethink my love of Lord of the Rings because she's wearing a Middle Earth shirt. So I'm really upset about that.
I'm telling you that it's those people. I've told you for a long time. You're hanging around the wrong crowds with these people.
Dale, is this for real? I mean, we can just go out and say,
gender season.
Yeah.
I thought it was like gender season, like how it is in like in the Looney Tunes, like it's
That guy has a point. Yes, hockey and baseball season.
Yes, I'm gender baseball.
That's right.
I mean, I literally thought it was like rabbit season. I thought, okay, we've got the approval to hunt them down now.
I don't know if we should play this for the truthful troll, but look.
On who? Truthful troll? Let me see this. Wait a second. Yeah, I'm gonna play it. You can only bang her on the summer and winter solstice. Of course, I'm going to play that one.
First of all, who would want to?
Well, somebody who's seasonally gendered.
I'm sorry we had to play that.
Can't listen to these. I can't either. I never heard of gender season. They're not delusional's the nicest. He's so nice, Rich. Delusional's the nicest thing you could say about her. You know.
Yeah.
So I would. I think you probably would.
You do us a favor. You go take one for the team.
Take one for the team, brother. It's all yours. Jim, what time is it? Anything else? It is our top 5 Major League Baseball players not on steroids who have cheated that are not in the Hall of Fame.
Because this list does change if we add all that. Now, if you guys, like we said, if anybody out there decided to put one together that has some of those players on, absolutely fine. Absolutely fine.
Agreed. Before we go any further, Buckeye's got to say, wonder if he nose rings locks with others when they're. It's just probably got to be some sort of friction there. It's probably a time machine.
That is an excellent point.
It's probably generated the 1,000 gigawatts they needed.
When you see some of those nose rings that some of those guys wear that are really long, Buckeye makes what happens if those things? That is a good question.
I don't know, Jim. Why don't you Google that for me? See if it's.
This could be a public service announcement. We could be helping.
Dude, I was supposed to download a picture Aiken had on this thing, and I didn't play it. Next show, Aiken. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, top 5. So this is top 5 MLB players not in the Hall of Fame. Jim and I just literally, like you said, took it to the. We didn't want the steroid era, and we didn't.
Pete Rose would be number 1 on my list. Just to let you know.
Rose should be in the Hall of Fame.
Shoeless Joe Jackson would have been number 2.
Shoeless Joe. I'm okay with the steroid era. I thought baseball was very exciting. I want more steroids for baseball players. I'm all for it. But I just think that it's we went that direction. Buckeye's got her list up. I love it. But at any rate, Jim, it's Monday. You get to go first.
All right.
And we're probably going to have a couple of the same. Oh, look at you. You went a little extra as far as.
Yeah, but some of these guys are in the Hall of Fame and will be in the Hall of Fame. But I just, it's just a bunch of baseball players.
No. I'm not talking about the pictures. I thought you were talking about your list. I'm like, what do you mean they're in the Hall of Fame?
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Number 5. I had to put one in.
I agree with you.
Shortstop for the Cincinnati Reds, 2 Silver Slugger awards, 5-time Gold Glove, 267 batting average, 101 home runs, 950 RBIs. Folks, from a Reds fan standpoint, anybody who follows baseball during that time, he was probably the least known of all of them, but he was the most consistent. The guy never missed a ball. The guy was awesome with the glove. It wasn't until Ozzie Smith came around, or he would have had a hell of a lot more.
Yeah.
But he really helped keep that team together. And Davey Concepcion is my. Hopefully, he'll get in eventually, but we shall see.
Yeah.
Number 4, Kenny Lofton
should be on everybody's list.
I should have. I want to say this. He's the only Indian I have on here, but I could have, like I said, Albert Bell could have been on there. Manny Ramirez could have been on. Some of these guys could have been on there. But
Omar
look at this.
Vizquel,
299 batting average.
In there. Yeah.
In today's game,
oh my God,
you're one of the top hitters in the league.
Oh my God, you get the most endorsements. You know,
home runs, 781 RBIs, 622 stolen bases. That was a season for Ricky Henderson, but that's fine.
Yeah, no, but yeah, that's
I'm just kidding. 4 times Gold Glove. The guy was awesome and leadoff hitter, solid player. I know he played for other teams, folks, but I'm talking about the team
he was majority
that we knew him most. Number 3, Lou Whitaker.
Okay,
sweet Lou Whitaker. Alan Trammell's in. I can't understand why he's not. These two were the cornerstone of the up the middle defense.
He's fallen off the ballot now. I mean, he's not even.
eligible. It's going to have to be old timers or with the old timers veterans or whatever are going to have to vote him in. 276 lifetime batting average, 244 home runs, 1,084 RBIs, 4 Silver Slugger awards as a second baseman. 3-time Gold Glove and 1978 Rookie of the Year.
How is Lou Whitaker?
I know. I don't understand why he's not in there. Now, here are these last 2. I'm still baffled that they're not in there because I guarantee you this next one I'm going to play, everyone's going to say he's not in there.
Yep.
Don Mattingly.
Well, he looks familiar on my list.
307. He hit 307. 222 home runs, 1,099 RBIs, 9 Gold Gloves, 3 times Silver Slugger. Oh, by the way, MVP in 1985.
Correct. How is that not Hall of Fame numbers?
Now, I'm going to give after I'm done with this last one, I'm going to tell you why I think this is, and it's the reason why they're ruining the game.
Yeah.
So, number 5, Dale Murphy
on my list,
guys. I was not a huge Atlanta Braves fan, but when we were younger watching baseball, TBS was always on.
Dale Murphy,
I know
Bob
all
Warner,
about the
Bill
Atlanta
Negro.
Braves are the second most known team I have.
Yep, correct.
This guy was something else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, his batting average wasn't great. His home runs didn't get the 500, but this guy won 2 MVPs in 1982 and 1983.
Back to back.
Bad Braves.
Back to back MVPs. Yeah.
He got to play necessarily with some of the great pitchers that came on later. Okay. This guy was solid. 5 gold, 4-time Silver Slug winner. And he is just, to me, these last 2, Dale Murphy and Don Mattingly.
Yeah. There's no reason.
In my opinion, it's the Hall of Fame voters that are the problem.
Agreed.
Idiots who never played baseball in their life. They were jealous because they were either bullied by these guys or they were jealous.
I agree.
We've got to change something because the reason Manny Ramirez and Albert Bell are not in the Hall of Fame is because they were not nice to the media. Kurt Schilling, not nice to the media.
And
they're not going to be voted in. Remember,
this is why Buckeye says it, because all the writers now are 20-something twinks and never saw the players play. Agreed.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's right, Buckeye.
And the one thing that really gets me about all of this is Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah.
One writer did not have him in the first time ballot.
I know.
They're idiots.
They're idiots.
All right. So Aiken.
Oh, you want to take your
list
down or then?
Sorry.
Okay. No, you're
good. Louis Tiant, Oral Hershiser, Roger Ramirez, Steve Garvey, Kenny Lofton. Absolutely
100%.
phenomenal list.
No doubt. No doubt. That is an absolutely phenomenal list. And great. Like you said, most people aren't having the steroids and or the other players in there in that. Who you got? Buckeye's got some list.
Adam Dunn.
Kurt Schilling, no reason.
Kurt Schilling, Manny Ramirez.
Your top 3, 100% should be in the Hall of Fame.
And you could have added Albert Bell to that.
You could add Albert Bell to that list.
There's a lot of Indians that, in I would call modern baseball era.
Yeah.
They belong there.
Adam
Dunn, that's interesting because he played with the Reds, home run. I mean, the guy towering home runs.
I agree with Adam Dunn.
Interesting. That was very good list. Very, very good list.
Yeah. Very, very good.
More. Oh, here.
Omar Vizquel.
Yeah. Okay. Here's
Albert Bell. Thurman Munson.
And
now you put Shoeless Joe, but that's the cheating.
That's fine.
That's scandal. He never. We get that, but that's fine. He should be. Pete Rose should be in there. Roger Clemens, for the love of God, should be in there. And I thought he was a prick, but should be in there. You're not wrong.
See, Buckeye, you're right, and that's the problem.
Yeah,
that's why the media. You got to look past
some
of this stuff. I mean, can you imagine today's writers with Ty Cobb?
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Ty Cobb would never have made it because Ty Cobb was a jerk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Truthful troll.
Tom Billard, Joe Pasco Jr., Eric Chambers.
All right, I don't know.
That's not a list. That's not a list. He is what he is. Anyways, mine. Hey, let's go on. Let's get
yours.
Here we go. Add the stage. Look at mine. Top 5 greatest MLB players not in the Hall of Fame. Am I saying it wrong?
No, you're fine. Perfect.
So you'll recognize, obviously, some of them. My number 5, Kenny Lofton. Literally 4 gold gloves, 93 to 96, retired to career to 90. You went over his stat. Lofton is one of 10 players to accrue at least 2,400 hits and 600 stolen bases in his career. The other 9 are all in the Hall of Fame. He's only one of 10 players in the history of Major League Baseball and is not in the Hall of Fame. So just another.
This is a big time travesty.
It's a travesty.
Terrible.
It's a travesty. Of course, Kenny Lofton. And again, I could have had Omar Vizquel, Albert Bell, Roberto Alomar could be on that list. Anyways,
a lot of Indians.
So there you go. Dale Murphy.
Yep.
No, we went over all of that. Silver Slugger won back-to-back MVP awards in 92 and 93. How many players have won back-to-back MVP awards?
I know. It's
a handful, basically a dozen maybe at the most. Rare occasion.
I think Joe Morgan did, but that's okay.
I think so. My number 3, Bernie Williams.
Yep. Again, it's a Yankee too.
It's a Yankee. I know. It just shocked me. He hit more than 20 home runs 7 times in his 16-year career, posted 8 seasons worth of averages higher than 300, 8 seasons over 300, which 4 of them over 325. He won 4 gold gloves, 1 silver slugger, 1 batting title, and was selected to 5 all-star games. What do you need to do to get in the Hall of Fame? Those numbers are spectacular.
When you looked at that lineup during that time, because I mean, remember, this was one of we could have had as dynasties during this time period. He was probably the one hitter in that lineup that you did not want to face. You had Paul O'Neill, you had him, you had Derek Jeter.
Yep.
Okay. Alex Rodriguez. Yes. This is the guy that was
Alex
consistent.
Rodriguez should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, correct. Well, steroid again.
But
Bernie Williams was the guy you never wanted to face.
Never wanted to face.
How is he not in the Hall of Fame?
How is he not in the Hall of Fame?
And Paul O'Neill, by the way, I don't acknowledge playing for.
I know you don't. So I know. Louis Tiant. So
good one.
I don't understand why Louis Tiant. I mean, Louis Tiant posted 6 seasons worth of sub-3 ERA, 2 of which were below 2, reaching a career best of 1.6 in 1968. He retired 3.3 ERA, 2,416 strikeouts, a 66.1 wins against replacement value. I mean, and a win-loss ratio of 5.71. Tiant didn't even receive any votes for the Cy Young when he threw for an ERA of 1.6. However, he came in 5th in MVP, but not 1 vote for Cy Young that year. How does a coming 5 MVP pitcher, all right, not get 1 vote for? So something is on the up. Louis Tiant should be in there.
And you and I, because we are baseball buffs, right? We love it. Arguably, this guy pitched against some of the best hitters
during
his
baseball
time period.
Yep, he did.
And he still put those numbers up. I mean, these are Bob Gibson numbers, for God's sake.
These are Bob Gibson numbers, for the love of God.
Who probably was the most dominating pitcher we've ever seen.
Yeah. Probably. That's probably true. Anyways, travesty. Number 1, Don Mattingly. You had it already.
Don't understand it.
There's no. I had 2 Yankees on this list. No, absolutely. I'm not a Yankees fan. Yankees win. Unbelievable. We don't have to go over it again, but Mattingly, it's a travesty. He needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
Remember how we always, when I started talking about Derek Jeter, possibly because it was the light Yankee love. I think it's the other way for those 2 players, Bernie Williams and Don Mattingly.
I do too.
Oh, they were on great teams. They, they just did this, they did that, but they were the reason those teams were great.
Yeah,
they were the reasons. I mean, Tom Mattingly, the guy got it. It's almost like he was on base every time.
Yeah,
I mean, and
I agree.
I don't get it. And again, the writers, something needs to change. Like maybe have the players vote.
Yeah,
how about that? Wouldn't that be something? But
Greg Gare's got a thing here.
Yeah,
I knew Albert Bell on a personal level when I had my limo business. Super nice outside of baseball. I agree. He hated the media, and was he not wrong?
They're dumbasses sometimes. I mean, Albert Bell was blamed. It's these guys will sit there and say, "Well, you struck out 4 times yesterday. You really cost your team."
Yep.
Go up there and face a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. By the way, that's not coming straight. It's moving. Okay.
Yep.
Good luck.
Take a round ball and hit it square. Right. Yeah. That's the whole saying. Right. Good luck to that. Truthful Troll wants to know something here. We are both pitchers. I assume you're the catcher. Truthful. So just saying.
Buckeye, I couldn't bring myself to put a Yankee on my list.
I know. It's like putting a Steeler on anything. You know, I get it.
It was not easy.
It wasn't easy,
you're
but
talking to a person that if you asked me to name the top 20 or 30 NFL quarterbacks, one name will never appear on my top 1,000.
And that's Joe Montana.
Deshaun Watson over Joe Montana. So I get what you're talking about, Buckeye.
So is that why? So it's people like you voting for these people not to be in the Hall of Fame, Jim.
I don't vote.
Personal level, and you know it. I mean, you know it. You know, Don Mattingly.
If I honestly, if I was
Bernie
a voter,
Williams was never a dick.
If I was a voter, I would probably have to vote Joe Montana in. I'm just saying, I hate him.
Yeah. Here, I agree. Shouldn't have had the new Yankee cheater bats. I agree. We just talked about that before coming on air.
Something's got to. I mean,
like
they're obviously legal. They're obviously legal, or they're stretching it a little bit. But yeah, this is going to be. Yeah, you're going to have to move stadiums.
Which is fine. But I mean, like literally,
you might as well go to aluminum bats pretty soon.
You know. The head of a driver in golf used to be this big, you know. Now it's this big.
Right.
I mean, like things change and they evolve, but isn't it available to? Is not those bats available to everybody?
I think they would be. Yeah, I don't.
Well, I think they would be.
Yeah.
Why are they? Why are they able to use them?
Right.
And other major league teams aren't using them.
Yeah, and I can tell you right now, Aaron Judge does not need help
in the playoffs. Apparently he does.
Well, but you might as well give him aluminum bats and be done with it, and make sure the catchers are wearing ear protection.
And the pitchers are dressed like catchers.
Because there's nothing better than watching college baseball during the World Series and hearing that ting ting. Can you imagine a Major League Baseball player getting around on that? Oh my god!
Oh my god! It'd be incredible. They'd have to move the pitching mound back until we're second. You know,
it's incredible. Yeah, because the pitchers would be killed. Yeah. So what? That's a good point, Dale.
Yeah.
These balls are coming off these bats. Incredibly high speed.
You're going to kill a pitcher. You're going to kill a pitcher.
And,
as if it's not already
Brewers
a dangerous
pitchers
sport
are not bad, folks.
Yeah.
They're not bad pitchers. 20 and 12. The last 2 games of that series. 20 runs and 12 runs.
Yeah.
It's just something's got to give.
I mean, I understand. Oops, sorry, you went to play something I didn't.
Love Don Mattingly. I hate the Yankees, but I like Don Mattingly.
I do too. He was always like Don Mattingly.
Did everything the right way.
Thurman Munson.
Never
Why is
complained.
he not in?
Just he's just great.
Yep. Buckeye says, to be fair, no difference than hockey sticks. They different line sizes, but I mean, same as golf clubs and all that. I mean, you can get them custom and all that, but the bats, why aren't they using them? Braves
have ordered some new, but well, after you saw,
who wouldn't?
I'm thinking of making a comeback.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Yes, I don't understand. They scored 20 runs in one game and then 12 in the next.
Why? With 9 homers. You're right. Why? that's not my point. Isn't why are they using them? It's like, why weren't they like,
Correct.
hey, major league teams, you can get them now? Like,
well, you heard
maybe
it
they
was a
could have.
physicist. Yankees hired a physicist to come up with this bat. That's what happened. This physicist came up with this bat. So now I guarantee you, not just the Braves, every other team, the Reds aren't because none of them can hit home runs. But we,
same thing with the Indians.
but we
I mean,
have
a
because
couple
apparently
guys who
I just want the Reds to get base
struggle.
hits. Just base hits. Just give me a base hit here and there. That's all I'm asking.
Well, maybe it'll help. You'll take that.
Maybe
start
take
that
start
pop
with
fly
the base
and turn it
hits
into a line
first.
drive.
Hell, start with bunts first. Make contact with the damn ball. Anyway, okay.
Tim's already off the edge.
Yeah,
they're 1 and 2.
3 game 1 and 2, and we're done. It's over.
Yeah,
damn,
but now
Tito, I want him fired.
Now you're under 160 games left, though, only. Jim. So now you got to start worrying.
Damn.
Now it's the worry time. Jim, our next top 5 came from one of our most favorite listeners, Aiken. It is top 5. This is for Wednesday. Top 5 actors. We'll just do male actors because then we can switch us to female actors. Top 5 male actors who nailed their roles. I mean, absolutely nailed their roles. We will give you no examples of who they are and who that who it, and it's all personal and on your choice.
It can be a TV show,
TV or movie,
a movie. It can be anything that's just like holy shit.
Miniseries, TV, movie, anything. Absolutely. Podcasters, anything. Who nailed their role. Could be any of that. That is coming up on Wednesday. Jim, do you know what else is coming up on Wednesday? We have an interview, folks, and
look them up.
You may have heard these guys. The Duggar Band. You may have heard their song "True Colors," very patriotic. They were the ones who did not get airplay in a Nashville radio station, the largest Nashville radio station, by the way. Because this song was too patriotic. This is their acoustic version. They're going to be here on Wednesday. We wanted you to hear this, so here first. So listen to that. We'll be right back.
I see you looking down while I'm looking up. You're just sitting there sipping on that Starbucks cup, hating on everything, not doing anything. I crank up some Toby Keith, climb back in my truck, and it don't matter where the chips may fall. That Statue of Liberty will be standing tall. The best part about the land of the free is if you don't like it, you're free to leave. But I ain't leaving it. I'm an 8th generation God-fearing blue collar with a flag waving, and I don't wait for the 4th of July. It's year-round, lifelong American pride, and right here, right now, drawing the line. If this country ain't something you can stand behind, then that's the difference between me and you. 'Cause my true colors are red, white, and blue. Yeah, my pappy served in the Second World War. I ain't ever given up all that he fought for. And if you're coming here, aiming to take what we got, we're gonna fight, fight, fight. Go on and take your shot, but I ain't leaving here. I'm an 8th generation God-fearing blue collar with the flag waving, and I don't wait for the 4th of July. It's year-round, lifelong American pride, and right here, right now, drawing the line. If this country ain't something you can stand behind, then that's the difference between me and you. 'Cause my true colors are red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. God bless the U.S. of A. I ain't leaving here. I'm an 8th generation God-fearing blue collar with a flag waving. I don't wait for the 4th of July. It's year-round, lifelong American pride. Right here, right now, drawing the line. If this country ain't something you can stand behind, then that's the difference between me and you. 'Cause my true colors are red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue.
Yep, folks, that is Jordan and Seth Duggar. They will be here Wednesday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern.
Did anybody hear anything in that song that you would have? See, this is what really bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
And you and I have talked about this. When did patriotism become political?
You know who heard something wrong with that? This person.
However, there is a gender identity that is linked to the seasons. This is called.
That person heard
And
everything
that's
wrong.
the reason why they're not allowed. It's
That's liberal Nashville.
This was
We've heard
Nashville
it a lot, huh?
This is Nashville. This isn't supposed to be. Greg, is it Wallen? But Wallen, damn it, the country singer that was on Saturday Night Live. He didn't stand around.
Morgan Wallen.
Morgan Wallen. He walked off.
He walked off stage.
Yeah.
The fact he even did the show.
I was very surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is that's it. Too patriotic, fake news. Pretty sure there's no such thing. Yeah, I mean, unbelievable. But they will be here and they will tell us their entire story. It's unbelievable, actually. John Rich,
right?
John Rich produced that album, produced that song for them, produced their video. That's the acoustic version. You can go see the actual musical video out there as well. But we'll have a message from John Rich too on Wednesday that he posted that is absolutely tells you the whole story. Speaking of John Rich, we have Rich Gunn. Gunther, but he goes by Rich Gunn because he's a professional. I think you guys should sing it for them. I think so. Jim could sing the high parts.
I'm not sure that would be a good idea.
With his,
I remember I played the guitar.
Speedos. Huh?
You're the one that sings. I'm the one that plays the guitar.
You're the one that plays the guitar. Yeah. So, folks, join us on Wednesday. Don't forget to miss that. Please like, follow, and share.
Don't forget to miss that.
Don't forget to tune in for that. Don't miss that.
Thanks, Dale.
Don't forget to miss it. Yeah. So we will. Eddie, for sure. We'll let John Rich know that you just spoke to his buddy Tom McDonald. We absolutely we haven't physically talked to John Rich.
Thank you,
we hope to.
Thank you for the warriorshield.org. Amazing organization.
Thank you. Yes. Please go support them. They're on X at Warrior Shield 25, I think is there at Warrior
Thank
Shield.
you, Buckeye. We'll see you Wednesday.
See you Wednesday. Don't forget about your top five actors who nailed their roles. Could be TV or movie. Even if you follow soap operas and you think an actor nailed their role, we'll think you're nuts. But that's okay. It's your list and you can do with what you want. Anyways, so go ahead and remember to like, follow, and share on Rumble. I don't know, Jim. We'll have to talk about that post there at the bottom.
Yeah. Do you know about
it? I'm maybe. I don't know. I'm obviously forgetting. But please follow us on X at 2 Guys 1 Coup. Follow at The Patriots Pray on X. Follow the Rumble channel at The Patriots Prayer. Please go follow them, and that's where you can get all of our stuff. And at any rate, this and for Dale and Jim nailed their podcast show. Of course we did. Tarna, great show. Thank you all for participating.
All of you. Thank you.
All of you. We really appreciate that. We will be back here again with the Duggar Band live Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 Pacific. Thank you all again for joining us. We really appreciate it. Wouldn't do it without all of you. Jim, anything else to add before we get out of here?
Stay patriotic, my friends.
Yep, just stay patriotic. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And remember to go protest a car. That's the thing these days.
Oh, thank you.
Go get mad at cars. Shirt on Warrior Shield yesterday. Yep. So you did, and we noticed the jump in their numbers too, Buckeye. Thank you. You've been a big help on the Warrior Shield, as well as Micah to the Point. Podcast. Mike Leo and them have done that, and we appreciate that. We appreciate everybody on the network as well, and follow everybody on the network. Great group of people, and they've had some amazing guests on, that's for sure. Jim, nothing else to add at this point. I think we're done for the day. We will see you all on Wednesday at 10:30. Until then, Jim, God bless you. God bless America. We'll talk soon. Bye.
Lost in the crowd, truth hides deep, buried in the noise. Left hand deals lies, can't
shoot, and live.